Okay, by developing and implementing the uh, action plan, now we almost finished all the steps to develop the business strategies. Okay. Now let me spend some time to summarize what we have done so far in developing business strategy, especially with the case of the increasing sales in travel business. First, I introduced the transportation case early in the morning. Uh, mm, what kind of steps we are instantly taking, even in choosing the method of the transportation early in the morning. So even in choosing the transportation method early in the morning, we takes those 5 steps. Okay, and then I emphasize that developing the business strategy is similar. Is similar in taking the similar steps. Okay, so I developed 5-step process of building the business strategy, and then from step 1 to 5, we developed our strategy to increase sales in travel business. So first step we have done was understanding the current situation or the current performance levels we are right now. So in the case of the increasing sales in travel business, as of the end of the June 2020, my sales in the travel business are 30 billion won, and the target achievement rate is only 30%. So that implies that our performance is far behind the schedule, and we are quite in a poor performance levels. And then the second step is to identify the target levels. Okay, my sales target is 100 billion won at the end of the 2020. So that means I have a gap of filling out 70 billion won for the remaining months. So that's the gap I have to fill out. That's the reason I think about developing the strategies at the end of the 6 month, at the end of the June 2020, remaining for the remaining 6 months ahead. Okay, because strategy is a tool to achieve the targets, the goals. So strategy is something to achieve the targets. So we have to think our targets first. So defining the target is the first step in developing the strategies. And then the step number 3 was considering various options. So in listing up a lot of different options, and I said that the BC, mutually exclusive and collectively exhaustive concept, is quite useful, and also the drawing a lot of different alternatives as a shape of the issue tree is also a useful tool in disaggregating a lot of different options. So in case of the increasing our sales in travel business, out of the business portfolio candidates, which business sector do I increase investment or not? Okay. In our exercise of the building the business strategy, so we had 4 candidates in our business portfolios. So from travel business to automobile, shipbuilding, and the construction businesses. So those are 4 different options we may choose. But specifically to increase sales in travel businesses, there might be an option of focusing on new customer creation or focusing on existing customer management, or we may focus on new product development or existing product sales. So based on the purpose of the building the business strategy, so we may list up a lot of the options in a different ways. Okay, and then we did 4 analyses. So for example, according to our industry analysis, travel business is growing rapidly, okay, due to increase of per capita income and then increase of 1-person household. We may call it solo economy. Okay, this is related to the market market dynamics of the industry. So first, we define our travel business as offline and online businesses to buy and trade the products or services related to the travels. And then if we see the characteristics of the travel business, and there might be some characteristics. For example, it might be in terms of the bargaining power, whether the existing players in the travel business has the bargaining power against the provider of the travel products. For example, the overseas, the guides. In the travel business, we have to hire or use the overseas local guides. So we can check whether the bargaining power between travel agency and the travel guideline in overseas travel guideline, who has the bargaining power. And also we can think about the business in terms of the bargaining power between travel agency and the customers, whether the bargaining power of the customers are bigger or the bargaining power of the travel agency is stronger. Okay, so and then we do the analysis about some dynamics of travel businesses. So this is an example of the industry analysis. Maybe the per capita income is increasing, and so that contributes very positively to the growth of the travel business, because now a lot of the middle class people may want to go to the travel, and travel business could be quite favorable in terms of the growth of the business. And 1-person household is increasing. So that's some phenomenon of the South Korea nowadays. So I simply included this one as one of the examples. 30 years ago, the average size of the household in South Korea was over 4 persons. So that means in average household, there are 4 members: father, mother, two children. But nowadays, one person household is dominating the entire household. So the average number of the household in South Korea is just slightly over one person. So if we just choose any household, there's more chance that only one person is living as a household. So that's related to the social trend. So if there is a social trend of increase of the one person household, and that would affect to the markets, the various markets, differently. Okay, in case one person household is increasing, and then they would prefer the experience rather than owning a certain product. So that's how the travel business is growing, because ordinary one-person household may prefer to spend their money in their having some experiences rather than buying some products to have the ownership of the products. So travel business is the one of the typical businesses to for the changing needs of the one-person household. Okay. At this point of the time, I think it's time to introduce another topic of the external analysis, which may affect the industry landscapes. That is called the PEST analysis, PEST analysis. And the increasing of the per capita income and increasing of the one-person household, those are something we can capture through the analysis of the past. Okay, let me briefly introduce the concept of the past analysis, and also I will show you one of the examples of the past analysis. Okay. Okay, past analysis is external factor analysis. PAST is acronym of the 4 different sector. P stands for political, E stands for economic, S stands for social, and T stands for technological. So in analyzing the external factors, those are 4 distinctive factors to conduct the 4 different environments. We may do the analysis, and recently there's another factor, the regulation or the legal factor is also included. Okay. So when developing the business plan, the strategies, in order for us to identify the external factors to affect our business environment, we do the such analysis. Okay, what is the difference between the past analysis and the industry analysis? When I explained the industry analysis, it's also external factor analysis. It's external in that it's outside the company factor, right? So the factor in the industry or the market may have the same impact to all the players of the market. So in that sense, industry is external factor from the company's point of view. So what's the difference between the past analysis and industry analysis? Okay, past analysis are the analyzing the factors to affect the industries where the company and the competitors are playing. So past analysis is purely factors that may affect the business, but that's not about the businesses at all. So those are the driving forces of affecting the external factors, and industry analysis is that the landscape of the industry after getting some influence from those past analyses. Okay, so industry or the market, when you are talking about, when you are talking in the industry analysis, is just the playground for the companies. It's a ground to do the business for the competitors and the companies, but past are the factors to affect the playground and the participants. So in that sense, those are different from in terms of the concepts. Okay. Let me introduce one of the examples in the past analysis. Okay, if we are the automobile manufacturing company like Hyundai or Kia or some other manufacturing companies, and then if I say the industry is automobile manufacturing industry, okay, and when I say that the industry analysis, we do the analysis about the size of the automobile manufacturing. So that might be the sum of the total sales of the existing automobile company. So for example, if we are focusing on the South Korean market, domestic market, and then the sum of the market, the entire market size is, we only have 4 or 5 automobile companies in Korea. So if we just add the sales of each companies, and then those are the sum of the markets. So the size of the market is maybe at certain billions dollars, and then we can easily we can assess whether that size of the market is increasing or not. And also we can also look at the attractiveness of the market based on the Michael Porter's 5 forces, whether there are a lot of entrants or whether there is a barrier to entry, or whether the bargaining power of the automobile company is strong or the weak against the part providers, or the consumer of the purchaser, customer of the automobiles, and blah blah blah. And according to the past analysis, what are the pure external factors affecting the industry of the automobile assemblies, automobile manufacturing? So for example, the politics, the first factor, fee. Right now, the Korean government proclaims that we want to do a Green New Deal policy. So if you reduce the carbon, the gasolines or the diesels, they want to reduce the consumption of those the oil and gas and then they want to increase the consumption of the electric energies and green energies. So if they are very aggressive, if the government is very aggressive in pursuing the Green New Deal policy, that will give a certain effect to the existing the automobile industries. So especially you are specialized in building, manufacturing the diesel and gasoline engines only, and then such a political environment or the policies may have a negative impact to your businesses. Or if you are very specialized in making some Green New Deal related products, and then that's a good news for you, right? And then in terms of the second element of the past analysis, E stands for the economy. Economy is something like currently our economy is very good because of the increase of the export volumes, or our economy is not so good because of the global currency crisis. So that's the overall economic condition that will specifically give us some positive or negative impact to the market of the businesses where we are playing. Okay. The third element of the past analysis is S. S stands for the society. What could be some example of the society factors? The current COVID pandemic might be one of the social factors. So because of the COVID crisis, certain industries are positively affected and most of the industries are negatively affected. So it's nothing to do with the market itself in terms of the growth and then the size and then dynamics and then the characteristics of the market. But it's outside the market element. But such a social element may have some positive or the negative impact to the market in general. So in case of the COVID pandemic, that may affect negatively to the automobile manufacturing industries. So because of the COVID, a lot of people cannot go outside because they are afraid of meeting a lot of people outside. So that may reduce the demand of the automobiles. So COVID crisis, pandemics might have a very negative impact to the overall condition of the automobile industries. And then finally, the technology. T stands for the technology. So technology, one of the examples of affecting the automobile industry in terms of the technology is that the electric vehicles and AIs, artificial intelligences. So right now, with the development of the artificial intelligence technology and the introduction of the electric vehicles, the landscape of the entire automobile industry has been changing dramatically and will be changing a lot in the near futures. So those are the external factors according to the past analysis. So what I'm saying is that the past analysis is external analysis in which should be which is different from the industry analysis, but that's the driving force of affecting some results in the industry analysis. And even though past analysis is different from the industry analysis, and it's better for you to consider the external factors using the past analysis in a systematic ways.